Are you scared? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you scared? Are you scared? Are we watching horror movies? What are we doing? Guys, it's October. I'm so excited. I'm scared. Jesus, I can't even control myself. I'm coming out of my,
Slow
my
down.
skin.
You haven't even gotten there yet, man.
Wait, what
Good
happened?
God, we're just in the intro.
Oh.
But Peter Cordova says in AJ's voice, "Welcome, cats, to October."
That doesn't sound like AJ's voice at all. That sounds like somebody else's voice. I don't know who you're trying to fool here. Oh, wait, start the show? I wasn't ready for that. Let's start the show. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the PSVR GAMESCAST Live. My name is Brian Parole, your PSVR without parole, and the guy to my right, AJ, the guy from the PSVR Underground. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. What's up, AJ? How's it going, man?
Boo! Did I get you? We've made it, Brian. What is up, man? What is up, Game Cats? Happy Friday, but more importantly, happy October. Let's go. Man,
Yes.
I'm so excited. Spooky month is officially upon us. Although, admittedly, we've been playing lots of horror games and watching scary movies leading up to this about 10 days ahead of schedule.
I've been doing it for the last 35 years.
Yes.
Yep.
You've been waiting 35 years for this month, man.
This particular
and
month, yes.
I'm so excited, Brian, because last October was pretty shit. We didn't get like any releases, not even like a, hey, this is the 4th year anniversary, upcoming anniversary of PSVR. We got the Quest 2 release and no game releases. So this month is already pretty stacked with some awesome looking games, and we're going to talk about them as well as some other news. What is up, guys? Welcome. Look at all the Halloween spirit getting ready.
So much Halloween spirit. And I got to say, man, nothing says Halloween, nothing says October like what Servios and Taito sent me in the mail today.
I was wondering. I was like, wait, what? Why are you wearing a? I'm like, you're doing it wrong, man.
So the lay is great, man. I get it. Vacation Odyssey, right? But what I didn't, what's even cooler is this.
Shit,
They sent me
son.
an actual DualShock 5 with that's all like Puzzle Bobble 3D branded. I was like, wow.
Whoa!
Did I say DualShock 5? DualSense. You guys know what I'm talking about. The coffee's just kicking in. Give me a break. But and of course like a big ass T-shirt too. Man, developers send us the weirdest shit sometimes.
Well, they didn't send me anything. I'm on level 99 of Bobble. Maybe I gotta actually beat level 100.
That's the prize. That's the secret ending. Is you get laid.
Yeah.
Right. Guys, real quick, we got a few donations to take care of. First and foremost comes from Emily Baxter. Hashtag the game kit. And the $2 tip says, "May your October be scary AF and not too cartoony." I like that. Although, you know, I could deal with a little bit of cartoony horror as long as we get plenty of regular horror. We also get Dave Station VR with a $2 tip says TGIG. Thank God it's GAMESCAST. I agree. I don't know
Up, Dave.
how much God has to do with this.
What's a good scary cartoony thing? I'm trying to
Spookies.
think now. Okay, yeah, for a PSVR game. I was thinking like movies. I was thinking just all scary things.
How about dude, Scooby Doo, right? The OG Scooby Doo. When I was a kid, some of those creeped me out a little bit. We also got et.2k9.now with the $5 tip says, "I'm ready for the spookiness to begin." Yeah, I mean, I feel like we needed like a remixed version of the opening theme song or something. It was all, you know, Transylvania 65000 style. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. Man, dude. Okay, first, before we even start the show, I want to say a huge shout out. Thank you to everybody who's been upping their Patreon pledge, supporting us on Patreon, all in the effort to get AJ hired and to just start getting him paid around here. You guys have been amazing. If you're having any problems at all on Discord because of your Patreon pledge, just let me or one of the moderators know, and we'll make sure that we take care of you. But You guys have been amazing. It came out in droves. Patreon.com/withoutparolegames. And man, I think we're going to be able to start sending AJ a paycheck sooner rather than later. It's going to be awesome. And thank you guys so much for the amazing outpouring of support.
I'm so excited for the expanded roles that I will be playing. Lots more work to be done. You know, this is just the beginning, man. And I can't thank you guys enough. The support on mine has been growing as well. And it's all going towards the same goal. So,
right.
you know, I'm super excited, and you know, it's been unfortunately a busy couple weeks for me, but yeah, I can't wait to just dive in and get extra content. We're going to be bringing more content, basically.
Right. So thank you very much to everybody who supported us over on Patreon. Thank you to everybody, of course, who tips here in the chat. But AJ, it's Friday, so that means we have a different group of cats to thank, don't we?
We would like to thank those who support us in another way by changing their name to something GameCat, something GameCat related, or something GameCat adjacent, as you and something GameCat adjacent would like to say. And this week, we have five new GameCats to welcome to the Gamecat Dojo. Oh man, and these are appropriately themed. I'm so excited about these.
I'm also excited.
Let's go ahead and start with Genetic Blasphemy, the reverse engineered GameCat.
I like it.
Bing. Interesting.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. I want to comment on all of these, but we have to keep moving.
Yeah, we do. But we're going to comment on this next one because it is Aceville, the GameCat of the corn. Wait, no candy corn though. He forgot the candy corn.
It's good enough.
He was pro candy corn, right? Let's go ahead and start this debate right now. You're for or against candy corn?
Me? Oh, I'm definitely for it. I think it's ghetto trash, ghetto trash candy, but it's awesome.
It's just sugar. Like, it's all sugar anyways.
Yeah.
And I think I think candy corn gets a bad rap. I know it's like the last thing you eat, but it's still good, even though it's trash.
It's so good, even though it's trash. I totally agree. Who's next?
We've also got Johnny So Poltergeist, a.k.a. the Boo Flat Ghost Cat. Yes. I love it, Brian. So good. Even if that was like 8 times harder to say. Worth it.
Hold on a second, Johnny. We got your name right here. There it is. It's tough to say. Boo for that GameCat. It's tough to say like as the same as who dat GameCat. It doesn't roll off the tongue quite as easily, for sure.
Oh, there is definitely some controversy in the chat over
I'm sure.
candy corn. Once again, the great debate is back open. We have all month to decide. We're going to figure this thing out. Maybe we should do a Twitter poll.
Probably.
Next, we have some fat, spooky underwear GameCat. I love it. I love that he added spooky to it.
What happened here? That's not the right one. Where is the right one? You know, I do this all ahead of time, and then OBS is like, no, we're just going to do last week's ones instead. Here, there it is. Bing. All right.
Oh man.
And then one more.
Finally, last but certainly not least, we've got Mad Max, the Underground VR GameCat, still on Parole. I love it. Bing. These are great. This was a great week for GameCat adjacent names. Make sure if you change your name, you leave a comment with hashtag GameCat on any video that's not a live stream, so we can find it and give you a shout out on next Friday's show and keep the Halloween theme going. I love it.
That's right. Guys, and because we love October oh so very much, I just want to let you guys know that everybody's name is running on that Patreon scroll down there. If you donate, if you support the channel at all, your name is on that list. But that's only going to be for the month of October. We've made some changes, and the Patreon scroll names are only going to be $3 and up. But I made some promises, and I told everybody, no matter what, if you support us at all on Patreon, your name's gonna be on that scroll for at least the month of October. So enjoy it while it lasts, dude. I just saw so many tips go by while we were giving shout outs that I'm gonna have to scroll back a little bit here and make sure we do this right. First, we got Delirium Drew VR with a $2 tip. Says, "Song in the Smoke will have spooky moments." I bet it will. I bet it will, man. I can't wait to talk about Song in the Smoke next week. We also got Emily Baxter, hashtag the Game Kitten with the $2 tip, says, don't try to indoctrinate me in cartoony. Won't work. We're not trying, man. We know full well, Emily, that it's a lost cause. We also got Blue Jew, the underground game cat, with the $5 tip, says, Boo Jew choo choo, spooky month tip train. Let's go. Nice.
Let's go.
That was a tough one to read, but thank you. We also got Braxbro with the $5 tip. So speaking of Patreon, apologies. My subscription expired. My card got declined. The card I used got declined. Here's $2 more as a late fee. We're not a library. This isn't Blockbuster.
We're definitely not a collection agency either. So you will not be receiving any spam phone calls from us.
No,
sir, good sir.
We're the only ones that you will not get spam phone calls from. Apparently, Firebird Old School with the 50 Sekiro said, from the future. It's 10 minutes past midnight over there. Happy Saturday. Oh, wow. Jeez, hey, let me enjoy my Friday for a minute, man. Like, let's not rush this thing. But thank you very much.
Yeah, we want this October to last as long as possible. Let's slow it down a bit. Let's choose our time for now.
Our time down here. We also got Aceville, the game cat of the corn. By the way, with a period at the end of the name. I don't know why. It's just like it makes it more serious. It's like, hey, this is the end of the candy corn discussion. Period. Like with the $10 tip says, sorry, Brian, I know you're busy, but this is part of the show where I donate for the shameless. Today is my birthday shout out. We'll keep it quick, right, cats? Everybody, I want to see everybody in the chat, even if you weren't going to be in the chat. Everybody give Aceville a shout out. He's awesome. He was on one of the final episodes of Why We Love with me and Jeremy. It was so much fun. Love that dude. And he was one of the few people that came to the first GameCat meetup. So we actually got to meet him and hang out with him in person. So cool.
Yes. Happy birthday, Aceville. What a cool birthday to have. Wish my birthday was October 1st.
It would only be cooler if it was the 31st. Well, I think Friday 13th only works sometimes. Nihilus Ryan, the Game Feeling with the $5 tip, says, thanks for the Patreon reminder, upgraded and even shared to Facebook, where the Zuck will definitely throttle the shit out of it. Love you too, Nihilus Ryan.
Stick it to the Zuck.
Dude, that was a lot of tips to get through. We're way off schedule. We're
not. We're good to go.
No, we might as well just throw the schedule out the window, man, and just go and just do.
We're 2 minutes behind. Now 3 minutes.
In for a penny, in for a pound, man.
It is time to kick off the news. Like I said, we're going to be doing a quick preview of all the upcoming releases, big releases this month, as well as some updates, significant updates to some games. But first, we're going to kick things off with All Hallows Dreams, which is the festive October-ish Dreams event that takes place where a bunch of creators create a bunch of different rooms. It's sort of like a haunted house, and then Media Molecule jams them all together. You get to walk through, but they showed a new trailer for what the starting place is going to be, and it's a carnival with a ghost train, and it looks sick as hell, Brian.
I'm not gonna lie, this is the first time I've seen this. I didn't watch this before the show, and I'm so excited. Like they really did something cool last year with the the sort of the lobby with the 3 haunted houses. But whoa, this looks like they're really taking it a step further this year. And it makes me happy, man, because I don't know, I highly doubt they do big things for Christmas or anything else over there at Media Molecule and Dreams. But they make a huge deal out of Halloween, and that makes me love them even more.
Yes, and Dreams already has some amazing horror games. I can't tell you guys enough to go play Left to Rot. That is like one of the scariest things I've ever played in VR. And it's really fun and challenging. It's like Resident Evil 7 and Alien Isolation mixed. And there's a whole slew of them, and I'm sure we will cook something up, Brian, for a bunch of games you'll have to play this entire month, and Dreams will certainly be mentioned among those. And yeah, is it me, or does this carnival thing set up and the train setup look stunning?
Yeah, it looks amazing. In that area looked amazing even in VR last year. So yes. I have complete faith in them that this is going to look cool in VR too. Yeah, dude. If you guys haven't already seen it, God, I think it was like 5 or 6 months ago. I made in preparation for Halloween, because that's how excited I was 5 or 6 months ago. I made a top 10 horror dreams you have to play video. So just do a quick search for that, and it should pop up pretty quickly. That'll get the ball rolling on your dreams Halloween, because this isn't happening until the 15th. So you've still got a couple weeks to go before you're able to jump into this thing. Still though, perfect time, I think. Perfect time to launch this. We've got in the chat
Sinnock the Hedgehog.
Thank you so much.
No, I'm sorry. Sinnock the Hodge Heg.
Oh man, you really broke my brain on that. I was like, I can't even say this out loud.
I thought I had it.
Sinnock says ghost trains are VR compatible too. Hell yeah, man. They better be.
The real question is, can you suplex this train? That's the second time I've made that joke. I don't know if anybody gets it.
I don't think I get it.
You certainly don't. Mr. Final Fantasy VI is your favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yeah, man. So this will be kicking off. They've given us, on top of this info, this new trailer, they've given us a release date, and that is October 15th is when the event is going to be kicking off. So, 14 days away, and we are good to go, Brian.
Nice. We also got Dave Station VR in the chat. By the way, I've been practicing my winking. Pretty good, right? $5 tip from Dave says, y'all play Pressure in Dreams yet? Apparently it's an awesome 3 to 4 hour horror game with Dead Space vibes. I got to check it out soon. Sounds like fun. Not VR as far as I know, right? I think that
it is VR compatible, but it's not optimized for it. It's like one of those where you might have to like aim with the joysticks and stuff. Left or Right was the same way. Still worth it 100%. But yeah, I've been hearing really good things about this, and I think I've heard it's like 2 hours long, and it's super cool. So definitely we'll be checking that out soon. Thank you for the reminder.
Yeah, I had searched for it on the indreams.me website, and the stuff that's not optimized, like, so sometimes it just doesn't give the full VR information that you need. So I didn't get into it, but I'm gonna have to give it a shot. So yes, Dave, thank you so much for the reminder.
The pressure.
Next up,
all right, Brian.
Dude, we're getting back on schedule. Look at this. This is great.
We have the epic conclusion to the X-Real saga for the long-awaited PSVR update. And Brian, you want me to read this one?
Yeah, read it off, man. But just as a reminder, this was the announcement that was supposed to happen on Monday, right? It was supposed to happen on Friday, and then they said PSVR will have to wait till Monday, and then on Monday they were like tomorrow, and then Tuesday came and went, nothing happened, and every day I wake up and I go, where the hell is this freaking announcement? And it's the first thing I do before, like as soon as I can open one eye every morning, I open my eye and I go to Twitter. And I see if Xreal posted anything. It's been disappointment after disappointment. And then finally, what did they say today, AJ?
Dear PSVR players, I'll start with the too long didn't read. Zero Caliber's, this is the beginning of the bulletin. Zero Caliber's PSVR port is still going strong, and if everything goes as planned, it will be released in the North America and European regions sometime in the first half of 2022. Mm-hmm. They basically go on to say, Brian, that they've dealt with different issues from COVID to just, they had these huge plans for a PCVR port, that PCVR update that didn't go through. They said they hired some other people, some outside help to get this going. They basically said they had two options, which was A, continue with the half-finished PSVR port with dubious end results, or try their luck with the new promising standalone version, and that's what they chose. So essentially, where they're at right now is the team is porting the Quest 2 version onto the PS4, and they're seeing great results they see. And then they followed up by saying, there won't be any more delays, we promise. I don't believe you.
Well, it's hard to say. It's hard. They didn't make any promises. They said it'll be out in the first half of the year, so they gave themselves like an entire 6-month window to work with. So let's hope there's not a delay, because they didn't really even give us barely a release window. Like, that's a huge ass release window. That's like saying, next year, right?
Pretty sure this game is not even going to come out on PSVR. It's going to come out on PSVR 2.
I mean, I wish they would come to that conclusion now and just tell us and say, yeah, like it's fine, man. We're just going to do this next gen. I don't think that would be a good idea, man. I do think that they're going to have some huge competition. There's going to be AAA games that have, that utilize the hybrid functionality, and so like that these are here's your next big Call of Duty game, and it's also the campaign's also playable in VR with the orbs.
I don't know if you've noticed or not, Brian, but just in case you don't know, I don't think Xreal are very good at setting expectations. Like they could be doing whatever they're doing, and that's fine, but they're not good at setting expectations. So with this announcement, I'm taking this with a huge pinch of salt, because I don't know. My trust is broken with them, and I wish them the best. I hope they deliver on it eventually. But yeah, and to be honest with you, I don't know. I mean, I've heard solid things about the Quest 2 version that they redesigned, but I certainly don't hear people talking about it very much, and that usually is a sign of, people are still talking about like Population 1 or Pavlov and stuff like that. And I don't ever hear anything about this game, so I don't know. I don't have the highest expectations, but I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah, I'm hoping for the best. I mean, at the very least, to put an optimistic spin on this at the end. At the very least, there's a game in 2022 for PlayStation VR 1 that's been announced.
That's the most significant thing. I mean, is like this is apparently showing that there maybe there's still going to continue to be a bunch of releases. At least it's like the first person saying that there's going to be something released in 2022. But this isn't from Sony. This isn't from PlayStation. So I think a lot of their focus next year, unless they have another surprise like they did this year, is going to be a lot of build up to PSVR 2.
All yours history. The Ghost Cat says, I've got an announcement, everyone. It'll be my birthday in March. Just thought I'd tell you now. That's what these guys sound like. Let's announce something that might not happen for 8 months. Yeah, it's kind of the case, man. It's whatever. It's whatever. Just,
are you mad yet?
I'm not.
Does it make you angry yet?
I'm not, because as far as I know, there wasn't an initial release date that they missed, and then went radio silent. They went radio silent for 4 days after saying that they were going to give us an update, and then they finally gave us an update. And it's not exactly what we'd like to hear. The update is less than enthralling. So I saw Ryan in the chat saying, "Yay, a Quest port," and I mean, that's how I feel about it too. So yeah, it's not exciting. It's not exciting at all. We know that the PlayStation VR is capable of more. We know that the OG PS4 is capable of more. So we'll see. We'll just see how it. I just want this. I don't want to think about this game again until they say, "Hey, it's coming out next week," and I go, "Fantastic!" And that's what
I think we're gonna put this one away for now, for a while, long while.
I think so too. We got a couple tips here in the chat. GC13, the Diet Pepsi Cat, with a $10 tip says, "Tip to celebrate the start of the 10th month. Happy Halloween birthday. Hashtag HireAJ, Aceville, and all you awesome cats." Is it?
Thank you.
Are we hiring Aceville too?
Geez. Now where's that actually reminds me. There was a hot fix for Saints and Sinners Aftershocks that just popped out the other day, so need to check that out. And because we had noticed that there was improved pop-in, but then there was like a couple other little bugs that we were aware of. So you're gonna have to follow up with that. Luckily, they helped us kick off Spooky Month a little early, Brian, with a huge update to Saints and Sinners.
Oh yeah!
God, that was so much fun. I've beaten it twice now, the Aftershocks update, and when they do the update that lets you just quick start from there, I'll probably play it again.
Yeah, it's a great piece of DLC. We talked about it quite a bit on the show, but the hotfix apparently that came through did address. You and I were kind of pondering. We had been playing on Quest 2 the whole weekend, right? And saying, is it a low resolution? And it sounds like it in fact was, and then they did end up turning off the anti-aliasing. So, well, this should address some of that, and definitely curious to jump in and see how it looks now. We also got Andy Hart with the £5 says, "Do you think PSVR 2 will release next year?" Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
It's when next year is the question, Andy Hart. That's the big question.
When is the question? All signs are pointing towards holiday 2022.
Yep.
For the most part. And it's like, I guess for me personally, I think it would have come out this year potentially, but because of the COVID, because of the delays and all the stuff that happened, I kind of pushed everything back 1 year. So that's kind of how I feel. It's just everything was pushed back one year, which will be holiday 2022.
Yeah, I could easily see it coming out at the very, very beginning of holiday 2022, which I guess would be the 6-year anniversary at that point, right? Of the PlayStation VR 1. I could totally see it launching in early October, just to get a jump on the holidays. We'll see how it goes.
I'm still hoping. I'm still hoping for earlier, but
Yeah.
at the latest, that's what I would say. Holiday
Right.
2022.
And the rumors about a December event for PSVR 2 are flying. So fingers crossed that they do reveal the headset then, and hopefully a release date too. That'd be really cool. We also get Dead Ringer. Dead Ringer with the $5 tip says, "Got my PS5 in the mail today and became a Patreon supporter. Happy Friday, everyone." Awesome on both counts.
Go Dead Ringer and Dead Ringer Juniors. Oh, I can't wait for you to check out Dreams and No Man's Sky. Oh, you guys are gonna have so much fun. Woohoo!
Yeah, there's only a handful of games that are really, really significantly better when you upgrade to the PlayStation 5 with PSVR. But man, they're significantly better. No Man's Sky definitely being one of those. Congrats, dude, and thank you for the Patreon support and the tip, of course. I think we need to move on to the next news story.
We do. We have a game that has been in development. It's actually in like some, I think, early access or playable like beta or something, and it's called AB Aeterno, and it is being developed right now. It is coming out on like Steam and I think Oculus as well. But they've also said in their trailer that they are going to have a later PSVR release. So this is a brand new game based on the Stalker series, which is like a first-person shooter with RPG and action-adventure elements. And it was developed by the GSC Game World in Ukraine. And yeah, it takes place in an alternative world's Chernobyl exclusion zone in Ukraine present day. And it's basically a hardcore survival-based game.
This looks great, man. This looks great. I love survival games, and something that's kind of super modern like this looks great. I don't have a ton of familiarity with the Stalker games. Is that like S period, T period, A period, LK? Like, is that? Am I thinking of the right series?
I have no idea because I'm not familiar with it either.
Oh, okay.
But I just know. But they say themselves that it's inspired. I'm sorry, it's inspired by the Stalker series. So it's going to be like a post-apocalyptic looking thing, looks like. And yeah, I mean, it looks like it has a lot of intricate like handling with stuff, all this stuff from cleaning guns to, it looks very, very interactive and pretty cool looking. And yeah, it kind of gives me some Fallout vibes.
Yeah, man, Fallout VR is the one thing that I felt like we got super duper close to. Like, it almost happened, and then we didn't get it. It almost felt like the rug got pulled out from under us. Like, it never got officially announced, but man, there were leaks everywhere. And something that sort of just never... It was like a hole that just never got filled on PlayStation VR. So something even remotely close to it would be pretty fantastic.
Yeah, well, hopefully with the next gen hardware, we do eventually get, even if it's late. But because Bethesda still expressed interest in VR, and if Xbox doesn't have a solution for that, they might consider doing a VR port still. But we don't know. I mean, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, buying Bethesda cost what, $8 billion? They need to start making some money back somewhere, and it's not just going to be on exclusives. It's going to take forever for Microsoft to make that money back. So maybe, yeah, so maybe they'll be like, oh yeah, this PSVR 2 thing's taken off. Go do a quick port of one of your games for that. Don't mind me. In the chat, we got Andy Hart again with a 5.
Speaking of
Xbox, 5 quid tips is
would love
your
your thoughts on why Xbox not really showing interest in VR. We've talked about this a couple times. I really want Xbox to get into the VR space for more competition, because I think when there is more competition, the games, it just stuff evolves faster, and we end up getting a lot of better features a lot of the time, with companies not being so complacent, just sitting on base ideas. They really, it pushes the technology and the software further when there is more competition. Also, I would love to play Forza Horizon in VR selfishly, or Halo or something.
Microsoft's MO for the last forever seems to be less about innovation and more about jumping on
services and
getting into things a little bit too late, like after it's already been, like, what was their iPod ripoff, Zune or something like that. They could have jumped in much earlier, and then by the time they jumped in, like, everyone was already obsessed with iPod, and it just seems like over and over and over again they always wait until it's too late to get into something new and interesting. People are already over it and onto the next thing. So I think they're just a super cautious, strangely cautious company for being obviously a huge tech business. So what are you gonna do, man? I all yours history of the Ghost Cat in the chat says Xbox doesn't have too many IPs though, right? Do they think they'd have a lot of ports from PC VR? I think that's the most important thing here, is that Sony is willing to take this huge plunge into VR and bring their first party IPs into it, and there are just countless first party Sony IPs. Like, there are so many Sony IPs that they just like let go, like things that we haven't heard from in forever. Tons and tons and tons of games that we haven't seen since the PS1 or PS2 days, even PS3.
Yeah.
That they could easily dive into and come back and bring back into VR. Xbox doesn't really have any of that. They've got the few core franchises like Halo and Gears of War and Forza.
Yeah.
But that seems to be like the extent of it. There's a few here and there, but then they never like do much with them. And so I was like, and they need to really change that mindset if they want to get into VR.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm really excited about the future though of PlayStation and VR.
Sure.
I could talk about next gen VR right now, but we're not going to, because it is October and it is time to talk about a couple of the upcoming games. We've got release dates for certain games. We've got prices for some, and I am super excited for this month. There are some bangers that look like they're coming out. It is time to pay attention. We're going to kick things off with October 5th, Brian. We have 2 releases.
All right, we should be back.
I didn't even say Alvo yet.
The spookiest game of October, obviously, is kicking off October. Puzzle Bobble 3D Vacation Odyssey. That is, man. This is an update. I guess Puzzle Bobble was its name at some point, but here in the West, we knew this game mostly on the PS2 era as Bust a Move, and basically just shooting bubbles at bubbles to clear out bubbles, and now we get to do it in 3D. AJ, you've been obsessed with Bubble Bobble for the last few months. How excited are you to get into this?
Well, I'm very excited to jump into the world and see the characters. Bubble Bobble is not the same as Puzzle Bobble.
Right.
But I have been obsessed with the characters in the world and everything, like I said. So I'm just hoping that I'll really, it's by Serbio, so I expect it to look really good. I'm not familiar with Bust a Move, so, but I do like match 3 games typically, like starting with Columns back in the day was my jam. On the Game Gear, yes, I rocked the Game Gear because I was not very popular. But yeah, man. So we'll have to wait and see. But I'm excited to check it out for sure. It's not like the top of my radar, but it's when I'm more in the Halloween scary mood.
Oh, dude, absolutely. The
nothing wrong with a little vacation though.
That's right.
Can never not enjoy a vacation.
That's right. You know, sometimes you when you're in a hot tub, you have to jump into the pool to cool down and then to make the hot tub more refreshing. I think this is sort of the hot tub version of horror games. It's like let's jump into Puzzle Bobble 3D and then go play some spooky games, and then they'll seem extra scary. I'm actually most curious for this game about the dual mode. I can't wait to see how the 2-player versus mode works out because
Yeah.
that'll certainly add, like again, Synth Riders. I've been waiting for the multiplayer. Beat Saber, we've been waiting for the multiplayer. Multiplayer, I think, is what could make something like this shine, and I can't wait to see how it plays out.
Lots of Game Gear love in the chat. I love you guys.
Dude, the Game Gear was great. Did you have Axe Battler? It's like the best game on the system.
No.
Wait,
I only had a couple of games.
You can't have Game Gear without having Axe Battler. Otherwise, what's the point of having Game Gear?
I still have that shitty Sonic 2 kite game, with the hang glider.
Oh no, that wasn't shitty. That was a decent version.
So hard.
Yeah, it
it's
was
so
very
hard. The kite. I hate the kite segments, but everything else. Anyways, Puzzle Bobble 3D Vacation Odyssey, October 5th. We've also got the other another PlayStation Talents game, I think, coming out, which is Probe. And I don't even know if this is going to be released in the U.S., but I'm just going to say it anyways. It's like a game dev experience where it actually lets you like build games from scratch. And to me, I'm guessing it's kind of like Dreams, except it's kind of a little bit more on the educational side, or trying to be, where it tries to let you experience what it's like being a game dev. And
Right.
This
to me sounds more like Roller Coaster Tycoon than Dreams. it's like you don't get to like enjoy the roller coaster so much or the amusement park, but you are trying to run a business and and get other people to come and enjoy your amusement park. That's the feeling I get from this. Is like you don't get to play games, but you certainly are trying to run a game developer studio. That's the feeling I get. There's a lot of Spanish in this. It's made by a Spanish team. Very, very, very curious to see if this makes it over to the U.S. because that's a lot of translation to do. And I have
the other one, Neon Hat.
Yeah,
that came to us a little bit later, so it could be a similar situation.
but Neon Hat had so little to translate. Neon, this could have potentially a ton of voiceovers. This could have a ton of text to translate. This could be a massive undertaking for a translator and for new voice actors and for everything, just to make sure it's okay. And for something like this, I don't know. Maybe this will be huge because I think it's flat screen too, and I think that's the only thing that
I don't know about it. Oh.
Huge meaning like it would sell more than it would if it was just a VR game. So maybe because it's on flat screen as well, it'll have a chance to get translated.
The final thing I'll say on it is I think the best chance it has is if it's like Dreams, but is a little bit more educational, like I said, and definitely more hand-holdy. I think if it holds your hand a lot and kind of walks you through everything, it could be an enjoyable experience. I saw a couple cool glimpses of some cool-looking things from this, so we'll have to wait and see.
For sure. We had a couple tips in the chat from J Meow. $2 tip says people should play Blair Witch VR. Also, #HireAJ.
Should.
Yeah, you should totally play Blair Witch. That was just one of the biggest surprises of the year, honestly. That game should have been hot trash. It was good.
Yes. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed it.
We also have Dave Station VR in the chat with another tip. $5 says, strong should we? Listen to the album Bonito Generation by Caro Caro. Bonito. Oh, it's on a different line. It'll make you feel good. This $5 is a bet. Brian will like it. I don't like things that make me feel good, man. I'm not sure if you've met me before.
I'll tell you what music I've been listening to that makes me feel good. The Astrobot soundtrack. Oh my God. Just listen to that thing from start to finish. I kid you not, guys. And you will remember the pure fucking joy Astrobot is. And like, I don't even have to play the game. Just listening to the music brings me back. And I'm just like, oh. And it's just a reminder of how amazing Astrobot Rescue Mission was.
You just like it because they ripped off Muse.
You heard about that, huh?
I'm like a year and a half, 2 years ago, man. Absolutely, yeah. They just like sped up and made a Muse song Shipper.
There is, yeah. You can go to the end of my Muse DLC pack stream, and the Starlight is playing, and I'm singing "I Am Astrobot," and it's
Right.
like the same thing.
For sure.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah, this will be an interesting one, man. Probe is, I don't have high hopes for it because it just seems like really super in depth, and I've never really gotten into these types of games, but we'll see. It could be crazy. Oh look, Braxbro's getting caught up in the chat. There's a song in Astrobot that sounds a lot like Starlight by Muse. Nailed it. I beat you to it, Braxbro. Jamie, with another $2 tip says, "Fuck off with this Muse copycat bullshit." Okay.
He's very protective of Astro. He's very protective of Astrobot.
All you are is history. The Ghost Cat with the 2 quid says it makes more sense for Nintendo to get into VR. Dude, I totally agree with you. Mario Kart in VR. I'll never play PlayStation VR again. I mean, Mario Kart 8 in VR is all I need. That is all I need for the rest of my life. Yeah, man. That sounds about right. Moving on.
All right. Moving on to October 7th, which is going to be the biggest day so far, I can tell. The first game, Song in the Smoke, Brian. The epic jungle survival meets spiritual craziness. Song in the Smoke is coming out October 7th. I'm super, super hyped for this game, Brian.
Yeah.
And I really hope I really think it has the chance to be something really awesome, and I'm so excited about it. I love survival games, and I think they're so cool in VR as well.
Yeah, survival games always make me nervous a little bit. They make me go. There's always a point where I go, "How the fuck am I supposed to do this? Did I miss something? Like what do you combine this and this to make that? Like what crafting always throws me for a loop. I'm always a little bit lost in these types of games. So definitely feel like it could be daunting starting out. But man, everything we've seen about this, and again for the 400th time in the last month, that interview I did with Jake Kasdal just totally sold me on the game without ever having even played it at that point. So I know this is I'm nervous for this game because it's called Song in the Smoke. I feel like I was talking to Donatello, the scientist Gamecat earlier, and I was like, man, they should have just gone the Sin Studio route and called this Survival VR, and then like everyone would be like, oh, it's a cool survival game. And I guarantee you, like it would garner so much more attention, just because I think I don't think the art house crowd is quite as big as like the I just want to play a survival game in VR crowd. It makes me nervous.
Well, I like the concept. You know what I love about survival games? Because I love Saints and Sinners. I love No Man's Sky. And I like that when you're not having to physically do something or you're playing the game, you have to be thinking about your health. Like that's another reason I love the Souls project. It's no coincidence that a lot of my favorite games are also survival games, because I love the fact that while you're not playing, you still have to be thinking about your body temperature, your stuff like that. So I love, or like, in Saints and Sinners, you have to like eat food to maintain stamina.
Right.
I love these types of games.
Yeah. That was the stamina meter, the stamina and health debacle. I'm going to call it a debacle because it was just not well done or well thought out. I don't mind stamina meters or health meters or keeping warm and making sure you get whatever. It's all great. It's all gravy.
Yeah.
But dude, when you eat a Pop-Tart, it should not take anything away from your health. Okay?
Yes,
that
does in real life.
But dude, survival in the zombie apocalypse is moment to moment. No one cares about what the Pop-Tart will do to your health in 40 years, right? And that's what that game was trying to say. If you eat a Pop-Tart, you will lose a little bit of your life. But as Dennis Leary said, that's okay. It's the worst part of your life. It's the ones at the end.
The bad years.
Right?
Bad years
Every cigarette takes 8 minutes off your life. So you can have those minutes. Those are the ones at the end.
Yeah. But my favorite. It's funny that you mentioned that, because I was just thinking about how in Saints and Sinners, when you eat something that's like kind of like it's gone bad a little bit, how like the noises, like if you eat something new or fresh, they're like but then like if you eat something bad, they go like oh, I just ate that, it's so shitty, but I needed the energy. Oh, it's so great. I love it, man. I love survival game. Super excited for Song in the Smoke.
Yes.
Next week,
dude.
Brian.
I man, like, you know, and it's coming out during Spooky Month. I can only imagine how spooky the nights are going to get in this game.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, from the trailer we've seen, it's got these like, he's talked about it too, going out at night and like having to build fires or something, and you definitely see like some spiritual shit going down, and so it looks like it's gonna be more than just like a jungle. I cannot wait.
Yeah, big time. And before we say anything that we shouldn't say, let's move on to the next game.
Yes, that's so hard. Next, also on October 7th, we've got Wraith, the Oblivion Afterlife. Finally, the first true horror game of Spooky Month, Brian. Wraith, the Oblivion Afterlife. We haven't actually received our PSVR things, but we've played this on Quest in the past, and so we can go by what we've played on Quest.
Yeah.
Like I said, you know, if I needed something to play, I just love horror games getting and updates being released in October. That's like so special to me, and so I'm really, really excited about this one.
Yeah, I'm so happy that I dropped out of the Quest 1 and Quest 2 versions when I did. I wasn't happy with the Quest 1 version. It just didn't. The performance wasn't very good. The environments were kind of lame. Quest 2 looks pretty decent, and then but I dropped out halfway through the game, and apparently the second half is when it gets super scary. And those are the moments that Andreas Juliusson from Fast Travel Games was talking about. He was talking about, you know, he was referencing the Resident Evil 7 moment when you're at the top of the cellar stairs and you see Mia climbing the stairs, like almost like Exorcist like. And that shit scared the living fuck out of everybody who played it. Don't lie, you know it did. And he said that he feels like he has multiple moments like that in the game, and I'm so happy that I dropped out before that shit happened, because I want to experience that on the PlayStation VR version, especially since he said the PSVR version will be much closer to the PC VR version than the Quest versions. Real-time shadows, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
I don't know what it is, but I tend to really enjoy games more on PSVR than I do because I preview a bunch of them on Quest, and I like them. But then, like, when they come to PSVR, like, I get like obsessed with them. I just don't know if I'm just that like hooked on it or what. But yeah, I'm hoping the lens difference and all that will play a key role in kind of helping add to the atmosphere of the game. Because what I played, and I'm like you, I stopped right when it actually. Well, I did have a couple scares. I remember talking about this before, and it got me a couple times. But yeah, it plays like very much like a stealth horror game, and you're exploring around a mansion, and it's pretty big, and yeah, there's things you have to collect and find, and enemies you have to get past, and I stopped as well right as it started getting pretty damn scary. So I can't wait to finish. That's what I'm most excited about, is finishing the game on PSVR.
Yeah, absolutely. Shapeshifter in the chat says, sick of defending PSVR to Quest 2, folks. Yeah, no need, man. No need. Anybody who has any idea what's going on, no need, because, whew, man. And again, I went on my Quest 2 rant last week, and I don't need to do it again. But holy crap, man! Holy crap! It is so much more comfortable wearing that PSVR headset. And honestly, man, like I like the weight of the moves. I like that they actually. I'm gripping something. It takes up my whole hand, right? I'm a little nervous about the orbs. I want the orbs to maybe be bigger, right? Yeah. Because it feels good to have like the lightsaber hilt feel in your hands and have a little weight to them. Every other VR controller I've used is just a little too lightweight and feels flimsy.
Wes is in the chat. What up over at Virtual Strangers? He says this game pretty much starts at the halfway point. That's interesting.
Now, I think it's probably Wes that got me on the right track with this, because I was very disappointed when I first played this, and I was like, "Oh, okay, there's definitely more going on here." So, and Wes knows what's up, man. I trust Wes's opinion on horror. So
true.
Yeah. All right, man.
So the last confirmed full release, we got a couple updates to some games as well, but the last full release that we know of is on October 31st, on Halloween, Do Not Open finally is releasing. And this is another PlayStation Talents game. And it's basically it's hard to describe because it seems like it's only 2 hours long, but it's also like a multiple playthrough kind of thing.
Right.
With like randomized jump scares or randomized scares and things like that. So, it looks cool though. Like it actually looks really gorgeous. And I'm pretty excited about this one. This will be a fun game to play on Halloween.
Yeah, man. This is coming out on Halloween, which is it drives me a little bit insane because this is obviously something you want to have before Halloween and like, you know, ramp yourself up for Halloween itself. I was like, you know what? At least we know that something cool is happening on Halloween itself. Is that this game is coming out, and so even if no good movies come out or whatever, I don't know when the new Paranormal Activity movie is supposed to come out. I don't have a date on that. It's supposed to be in October though, so I'm excited, super excited. So we know, at least we know something cool is happening on Halloween itself, and I'm gonna be streaming the fuck out of this. I'm sure you are too. But when they call this an escape room kind of roguelike, where like you get one chance and then you die and then you start over and then so you're in the same escape room but things are different. That's the randomization or the procedural generation or whatever they're calling this. That is going to be what makes or breaks this game, I think, because if it's like these small little things like, oh, the puzzle's exactly the same except for that puzzle piece is now over on the other side of the room, and be like, oh, okay, that's nothing. If you're in the room and you go, oh man, like, yeah, I just beat this 5 minutes ago on my last attempt, but now I have no idea how to beat it this time. That's going to be really, really interesting. I can't wait to see how they work that mechanic.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I would keep your expectations in check because it is a small team. But you know, and this is a PlayStation Talents like indie showcase game, so this isn't a huge company or anything developing this game. So, but I think what I've seen, I'm really liking what I've seen. So, I'm with you. I'm hoping it's not there's lots of games that say, oh, it's replayable, but it's actually the thing most of the time they don't tell you is that it's not fun to replay or it's not much different when you replay it. You know that, and I like what is the Until Dawn base game?
Until
The
Dawn.
Impatient.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. Like, you always said, oh, you can replay it 6 times. It's like, hell no, I'm not playing this 6 times. Like, why would I want to do that? So, but I think the stuff has done it correctly, like Paranormal Activity. I think Paranormal Activity did a pretty good job for the most part, making that fun to replay at least 2-3 times.
True. But this is, but Paranormal Activity was, I know you're not saying they're the same type of game, but with Paranormal Activity being more of like an almost walking sim scavenger hunt kind of thing, and this being an escape room, I'm like, it's like how are the puzzles going to be different? I don't know. I don't want to. Yeah. That's all I can think about when I think about this game. It looks terrifying. I think they've nailed the visual design, and the audio sounds great from what we've seen.
Visual looks great.
Yeah. So like I think they've got the horror element down now. So hopefully it's either an amazing 2 hours the first time we play it, or they really did nail the replayability on this. We'll see though. We'll see what happens.
All right. Yep, on Halloween. So looking forward to that. So we've also got a couple actually updates to some games. First is the Swordsman Halloween update, which is supposed to drop anytime this month. We don't know, but it is introducing a new boss, Hell, and they've teased a couple of the new weapons that they'll have from this boss fight. But that's not all. Is that this is supposed to be a unique, I think, 2-stage design to it. So there's going to be something brand new in Swordsman with this update that we haven't seen yet. And the last Halloween update, for the record, was pretty cool. Is when they gave us the cursed axe, and that was a lot of fun. So good stuff here.
Yeah, big time. Very, very excited to see what they have for us. This is exactly what I was looking for in Swordsman, just to kind of mix things up and make the arenas more fun to play in. So I think we've talked about this quite a bit, though. I don't want to just like repeat all the same shit that I've said 1,000 times.
I'll talk about it a bunch. We've also so this is the other thing. We talked about All Friday as well. Arashi Castles of Sin is going to be getting an update, not Halloween related, but it is going to be a significant update with the combat patch. The other thing is that Alvo has been teasing pretty hard about this zombies mode. So I'll be very interested to see if Alvo makes it in time, because this could be coming soon. And we talked about Friday how they showed us 3 new enemy types. Well, they posted on Reddit again that showed even more, Brian.
Nice.
On Reddit, yeah, they had and there was demon dogs, and it showed the full axe guy, and everything. He's got glowing eyes, and then there was actually a piece of somebody that was missing. So Alvo is on sale right now. I think it's a great game, and this Halloween update, man, if they get this out in time, then it'll be the perfect time to pick this game up, to enjoy it, just tons of content with it. Super exciting.
Yeah. No, this is the time, and hopefully, man, because I've got my fingers crossed. They've, they were a little bit slow out of the gate for some big major updates, but now it seems like the updates are rolling out pretty quickly. So I know that they needed some time off after getting the game out. That was a super stressful launch for them. So, but now they're kind of delivering on all the promises, and it's exciting to watch Alvo evolve. And this is going to be probably my favorite evolution, honestly.
Yes, man. I really hope this is more of, like you said, the Call of Duty Zombies kind of thing, and I hope this is something we can have a lot of fun, because I think this game is pretty awesome, and something that you personally could connect with, and seems really cool, would be great, and I would love to check it out.
Yeah. In the chat, we got Gamecat Mob Task Force protect Dave at all costs with the $2 tip. Says I have failed Dave. Task Force disperse. Yeah, man, that was. You're a couple weeks late, but yeah, Dave, don't worry, Dave's still here, man. He's been in chat
Dave's
the entire time.
Right here.
He's right here. I got him tied up right over there, right off camera. I was like, here, use my phone. Tip. But we get. So we get So Swordsman is coming this month, and
Yes.
and
Alvo
Alvo might be, if we're lucky, right?
Yeah.
And then but there's a few that are kind of in the back of both of our minds that we think could be coming this month, because this would be the perfect time to announce them, right?
Yes, I would hope so. I mean, I thought last year was the perfect time for them to come out. Oh, you know what? You're right. Affected the Manor. They've never, I don't think that was ever not going to happen or something. They seem like they've been hard at work for the past year on that. So Affected the Manor might have a huge update this month, Brian.
Yeah, Affected the Manor was definitely one of my predictions for the month. It was essentially, every other headset has gotten this update already. The Gauntlet, Time Trials, there's a mode called the Darkness. That's actually a new section of the Manor where you just walk around and you only have a candle to light your way. I mean, this is a huge update, and everybody that's played it on other headsets has absolutely loved it. The CEO was part of our April's PSVR AF event and said that it's that they're working on it, and it will be a free update. And but the price of the game is going to go up though once it's out. So if Affected the Manor is something you're interested in, make sure you buy it before the update, because I think it's going to go from $10 to $15. But you will get it for free if you own it ahead of time. So good stuff, man. I really think this is the time for them. I bet they were done with it months ago, honestly, and they were like, let's just hold off until people are interested in something more. I would have,
yeah. That's what I said about Wraith as well. I'm like, why is Wraith coming out in spring? This is the time to strike, man.
I'll tell you though, something that they've also gone radio silent with is Albino Moose, I think, and Spooky's Jumpscare Mansion, the Dollhouse DLC. That is just insane that we haven't seen anything from that forever. Like we thought it was going to be a simultaneous launch on PSVR with PC VR and Quest everything, and then it just went. They just went radio silent. They're like, "Oh, we'll get you. We'll update you. We'll update you." And then over on their Discord, they've got an FAQ that says, "When's the PS4 version coming of the Dollhouse?" And they said to be announced. And it's just they've just been very, very, very quiet. We know that is it Sheena Perez?
Yes.
She got COVID, and so there was a huge everything got delayed, but hopefully everything's back on track over there, and with any luck we can get the Dollhouse this month.
I thought I heard somebody. Yeah, I thought Vargosoft saying Spooky's EU UK release too. This isn't in the EU or any other region, unfortunately, which really sucks.
Really sucks.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought this was, in my opinion, I thought it was canceled and was not happening anymore. So, but I thought I saw somebody earlier say that that they saw a rumor that it may be coming soon, and so I'm like, I don't know. I didn't have time to look into that. So. But as far as I know, it was canceled, so this would be a huge surprise for me.
Yeah, their wording was pretty rough. It made it sound like, oh, we're done with Spookies. No more. We're done with Spookies. We're not doing anything else with Spookies. No sequels. No more anything. No more game modes. No more anything. But that was like, we're not creating anything new for Spookies. And so people, all of us on PlayStation 4 were like, wait, what do you mean? And they were like, oh, no, that's still coming. It's like, so it did, their wording was horrible. Their messaging has been horrible. But again, super small dev team. And when one person gets sick, that's like if I get sick, you'd be like, where the fuck is the Song in the Smoke review? I'm like, sorry, I'm sick. Kidding.
Well, I will take to the Twitters, and I will make sure that they know that there's a lot of people in the EU and UK and Australia, other regions that want Spooky's Jumpscare mentioned as well. I will do that on your behalf. I see you in the chat, guys.
Yeah, and have faith that even before AJ goes to bat for you guys, they are well aware that it's something that they've been wanting to do for a while. They really, really wanted to get it to you. They've been a little bit vocal about that over the last 2 years. Jeez, it's been so long.
Yeah,
it's been so long.
All right, Brian. Well, that is October. Super exciting month. I think we'll get I think we'll get more announcements, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. October 13th is the 5th year anniversary. That is also a GAMESCAST day. So we might be trying to put something together, have a celebration. 5 years in the headset, VR in its infancy, man. Super fun times and lots of promise of the future. So going to be celebrating that if possible. And this brings us to our final segment, Brian, which is 20 questions.
God. And I'm the host this time. So you guys, if you don't know how this works, you were going to help AJ come up with 20 yes or no questions to figure out what PlayStation VR game I'm thinking about. And I'm going to put 6 minutes up on the screen here. So you guys have to figure this game out in under 6 minutes. AJ, are you ready?
All right. So do I have to keep track of how many questions?
No, I keep track of how many questions. That's my...
All right, just making sure. Okay. So, All right, guys, let's do this, cats. I'll be looking at your questions as well. We'll try to narrow this down and get it.
All right, here we go. I'm putting this timer up now.
All right, I have to ask, because it's October 1st, is it a horror game?
It is not a horror game.
What are you doing, bro?
I wanted to throw you off the track, man. It's going to be way too easy. Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
No.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Does it use...
I've ruined everything.
Does it have aim support?
It does not have aim support.
Does it have move support?
It does have move support. That's
okay. Is it a shooting game?
No, it's not a shooting game.
It's not a shooting game. Does it have melee combat?
It doesn't have melee combat.
Okay, so it's got move support.
That's 5.
No horror, man. I'm so disappointed.
We've already done all the horror ones, man. We've done them all.
Is it a puzzle game?
Yeah, there are puzzle elements for sure.
There are puzzle elements. Is it a fantasy game?
Not in the way we call fantasy. No.
Okay. Is it sci-fi?
It has sci-fi elements for sure.
So it's kind of sci-fi, fantasy elements.
Yeah, a lot of sci-fi stuff in it.
Is it multiplayer?
Not multiplayer.
Not multiplayer. Okay, so move controllers, kind of fantasy sci-fi elements, puzzles, guys. Let's see. Rhythm game. Not gonna be rhythm if it's got. It can't be Callan's Gate. Ooh. Sci-fi adjacent. I think if he would say like hard yes on the sci-fi if it was Red Matter. I believe. That's a good. Has this developer made any other PSVR games?
Yes, and that's 10.
That's 10.
Mm-hmm.
Is it made by Charm Games?
It is not made by Charm Games.
It's not made, so it's not Form. Okay, so they've made other games. I like Dan Kiefer's question. How long is it? Okay. So, is it a shitty game? Did I like this game? Do you know?
I'm going to say you probably didn't like this game.
Probably didn't like this game.
But overall, I don't think it was hated.
Does it take place on like Mars or something, or like a Mars-like planet?
No.
Okay. What are we at? How many questions?
13. This will be 14.
13. Okay. I was thinking about the assembly, but he knows I hate that game. Is it made by? Let's see if we can get the developer here.
Coming up on
is it
2.5
made by
minutes.
End Dreams?
It's not made by End Dreams.
Okay. All right. So, the puzzle game with the magnets. Puzzle game with the magnets. Oh. I don't even remember what it's called.
That game is called D-Magnet.
D-Magnet. Okay. Guys, I need some help. I need some help here. Is it cartoony?
Yes. Yes, it is. That's 15.
Okay.
Scott Jesco, PSN, Harry Fellow, PSVR, Gamecat for life with £2. Before you go, have pizza slice from the front line. Love you, Scott. Thank you so much.
Are there vehicles in this game?
I don't think so. Actually, I'm not even going to count that one. I don't think so, but I don't think that answer will help you no matter what.
Okay. Is there action in this game?
No.
No action in this game.
Definitely not. I can't think of any action moments.
Oh man. He says, "Is it a cartoony piece of shit?" Is the proper question.
Right.
Yeah, man. I have no idea. Holy shit. How many more questions do I have? 5?
You have 3 and a guess, and so 4 total,
guess.
and
How much time?
1 minute.
1 minute. Okay. Is there? You said it's not a shooting game. That includes like bow and stuff, right? When you say that, like not. I didn't say guns. I said shooting. So that's like bow, right?
Yeah. We'll say yes. We'll say it doesn't include.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there full locomotion?
No.
Is it narrative driven?
I mean, yeah, but it's certainly not known for its story.
Is it heavily story driven? Is what I meant.
Yeah, not really.
Okay, we get one more guess.
And you only get 20 seconds left.
Are there dinosaurs, zombies, or robots?
Probably robots.
Guys, I have no idea. What's a sci-fi? I just need any sci-fi game.
I'll tell you something.
I get a couple extra seconds because you did a donation when I was trying to talk.
That's fine. At least one person in chat already got it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't really go back.
No.
Let's see.
But I saw it go by at least once, if not a couple times.
Well, it can't be Twilight Path because that is the thing. Is it Wait, do I have one more guess?
You have a guess, and that is it.
I have a guess.
Yep. You have to guess, and you're out of time, big time now.
Okay. So I'm going to guess. I'm thinking either Fantastic Contraptions, or Wind, or Jupitergrad. So I'm thinking sci-fi, puzzle, fantasy element. I'm gonna say, is it Jupitergrad?
It is not Jupitergrad. It is instead by Alchemy Labs, Rick and Morty Virtual Reality.
Wow. Somebody said that?
Yeah, I saw it at least once or twice. And a lot of people were asking about Job Sim or
see
Vacation Sim too. So I was like, oh,
the
some people were on the
Road.
right track.
I saw Vacation Sim a whole bunch.
But we know you love Vacation Sim.
That is a puzzle game. That's not puzzle elements.
I mean, like, is Job Sim a puzzle game?
And that is very sci-fi. That is also very sci-fi.
Yeah, is Job Sim a puzzle game?
Yes.
It's like, yeah, but like, you know, it's not. It's more of like a fuck around with shit game. It has puzzles for sure though. Yeah.
Oh, man,
I mean, you can take it up with the council if you're not happy with the ruling, but I feel like that was pretty fair. Now let's try in the game feline says you guys are having to dig pretty deep these days. Braxbro says, dang, you should have asked the IP question. Yeah, I always go down that road first. The IP and the franchise, all that good stuff. Guys, this was such a fun show. I'm so happy that October's here. You can tell I got my hoodie on. It's actually cold weather out appropriately for October 1st. I'm so happy. Everything is just going to get better for the next month, and then it's going to get worse. So for the next 30 days, I hope you're here with us, man, because it's going to be a really, really fun month. Another episode of PSVR Gamescast live in the books. Thank you, of course, to everybody who supports us on Patreon, patreon.com/withoutparole Make sure you come join us over on Discord. Thank you to Miles Dyer. Thank you to Jay Meow. Thank you to all of our moderators doing God's work out there, man, making sure that this place and Discord run smooth. And, of course, Sci-Fi Gamecat Henry for all the awesome timestamps. But don't forget, I cannot do this without AJ. So make sure you subscribe to him over at PSVR Underground and show him a little bit of love and consider joining his Patreon as well. Is that it, AJ? Do you want to get out of here?
Man, yes.
Right.
Let's do this, Brian.
Cue the cat.
Cue the cat. Because I want to say have a great weekend to Mr. Gamecat Canaveral.
He just got here.
Gamecat's out of the glue bag, and he's like lost too.
Yeah,
I love
totally
it.
lost.
Perfect. Flame hat.
We start the show at the same time every single time. Where have you been?
David the Gamecat, Anakazi, Genetic Blast Me, the Reverse Engineered Gamecat, Rax Bro, Johnny No Pockets, the Stray Cat, Twitch the Single Player Gamecat, Emily Baxter, hashtag the Game Kitten, Gabriel 004, the License Meow Gamecat, meow meow, meow meow, meow meow. Did we ever get an explanation of where he was?
I don't know. I mean, I know where he was.
It's up to you. J Meow is popping out of a box, looking like all Neku Etsume.
Nice.
Confusing Gamecat says totally a sci-fi game. I know. Dan Keeper says, moving the goalpost, Brian. I know. I don't think you meant to, though. It's okay, though. Beepo, the Jack-O-Lantern. Defunct Bomb Bro, the Game Cat, said, I tried telling you, AJ. I know, man. I should have listened.
See, Defunct Bomb Bro got it. All my answers seemed like they were spot on because he got it. He got it.
All you are is history, the Ghost Cat. Let's see, Steve Irie, thank you so much. He says, hat trick for Brian. Go Trunk, 25. Thank you. Nihilist Ryan, the Game Feline. Yes, we are having to dig deep these days. Actually, there's a ton of easier ones, and I was really thinking Brian was going to go horror with it. I'm really surprised and let down and hurt and offended that he didn't.
Always
but I'll forgive him because
unexpected.
I'm a forgiving person, Brian.
Always
Shapeshifter.
the unexpected.
Thank you so much, Brax Bro. Was guessing Gadgeteer. I was very tempted to guess that. Ben Dawson. Alenjimbe was guessing, a lot of people guessing Vacation Simulator, so very close. Go Green and Game On, said Robinson the Journey. That doesn't have move support, even though it looks like it. You would think so.
And it has full locomotion because it made a bunch of people sick.
Dreams, Andrew Bailey, and stuff. Ian Stambridge. And stuff. I'm going to skew that. I'm just going to win every time.
Nice.
And stuff. Guys, have a wonderful weekend. See you tomorrow night on Saturday Night Live streams. Let's have some fun, man. Let's get out of here.
Ooh, yeah, Turkey Hunter VR. Next 20 questions.